Hello, my name is Dennis Frommeyer, and I'm going to show you how to put a doorknob and a deadbolt in a door, exterior door. A couple of things you'll need. You'll need a drill. Doesn't necessarily have to be cordless, but cordless is nice. With a 30 seconds drill bit or 1/16 of an inch drill bit. You don't want to get much bigger than that. A Phillips screwdriver and a utility knife. You may or may not need the utility knife. Let me tell you a couple of things. This is the latch for the doorknob. The difference between it is it's got the rounded portion of it, and it will actually do the doorknob itself. The latch for the deadbolt is flat. The strike plate, which goes on the door jamb, is kind of rounded also to accept the part of the door latch. And then again, the deadbolt is flat. So let me get started. You're going to start out with your, well, let me zoom in first, and then so you can see a little better what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to start out with the latch on the door, the doorknob, and you're going to want the rounded part to go towards the door jamb. So you're going to put it in there and just kind of hold it still, and then drill you a pilot hole in each spot. Get you a couple of screws. Put your screws in. You drill a pilot hole, just makes it go in a whole lot easier and makes it straighter. You don't go in all cockeyed if you drill your hole in the center. Next, we're going to do the same thing with the deadbolt. Something I want to point out with the deadbolt is it's got a arrow and it says up, so that side needs to go up. So you put that in. Same thing, go ahead and drill your pilot hole. Get your screws. Okay, next we're going to get our doorknob and put it in. A couple of things about the doorknob. This particular doorknob, you can turn it either direction, so that you can either put your key in one way or the other. So we're going to put the doorknob in from the outside. And something I want to point out is, if you can't get this to go all the way down, just turn it a little bit. This rod has got to line up with your button that locks and unlocks the door. And then what you're going to do is you're going to line the holes up. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. So you're going to line your hole up about center, and you just got to kind of feel it. And you'll feel it go into the threaded portion. Then get your screwdriver. Just kind of get it started good. Get your next one. And again, you're just going to have to kind of feel it until you're in. Get to the side here and get this tightened up. You can hold it with your foot. Hold the door. Okay, you might want to check it, make sure it operates properly. Next, you're going to get your lock for your deadbolt. And this rod should probably go up and down, or should go up and down. So you just line it up with the little, looks like a plus sign in there. And then you can do the same thing with the handle side. Let's turn it around this way. You might have to play with it some to make sure which direction it's going to go. Okay. So you got to line it up on the outside and then line it up in here. I don't like how that's working out. Let me try it this way. You might try it a couple of different ways so that your latch is working right. Yeah, I think that's right now. And these screws are longer. So you're going to put that through. Get your other one. You just have to, you'll feel it. You'll just feel how it goes through. And run your screws in. See what I'm doing. Yeah, that's working. That's right. And say sometimes you'll have to mess with that, the way the pin goes in the inside there, just to make sure it's going the right direction. Okay, next we're going to do the actual on the door jamb. So let me move my camera so that you can get a better view of this. Okay, we're ready to put our door latch or our strike plates on. So something I wanted to point out earlier was you can take your utility knife. Sometimes these are round or squared instead of rounded. This one here is rounded, and you have to cut the wood out in order to make it sit flat. And you can take your utility knife and just cut that both directions, then you can just pop it right out. It looks pretty good that way. But what you're going to do is you're going to put your strike plate in. You're going to drill your pilot hole in the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and do the deadbolt, strike plate 2. And you're going to drill further on these because the screws are quite a bit longer on the plate for the deadbolt. And I'm going to go ahead, because that screw is so long, I'm going to go ahead and put a drill or screw bit in my drill. So let's get that up in there, and we'll run our screws in. These screws are 2 inches long at least, and the other ones are about 3/4 of an inch. You run that up in there, tighten it up. Okay. Sometimes you'll have to drill this hole out a little deeper. Sometimes if you're too close to your rough end, your stud, your deadbolt latch won't go all the way in. So that's something you'll want to keep in mind. your screws on. Something else I like to do. Something else I like to do when I'm painting, when I paint this trim, I'll take these off. I mean, it doesn't take a few seconds to take them off. I don't have to worry about painting around them, and I can put them back on. It just gives you a whole lot better look. Something else, this gasket, it comes out. So a lot of people don't realize that, and they paint and they get the paint all over the gasket. It just looks terrible. I get in so many houses that you know, they didn't bother to take the gasket off, and it's all painted. It just looks terrible. So now we're ready to check to make sure the door latches right. So let's try. Perfect. Bolt perfect. Oops, get that first. Something I want to point out. Let me see if you can see that real quick. Put that down. On this little thing that kind of is spring loaded, that does not go in the hole. That stays out of the hole. So just remember that. Don't try to make it go into the hole. So just wanted to kind of point that out. That's all there is to putting a doorknob and a deadbolt in.